Today we're going to set up our Q100 in Cleanflight, and for those who may not know, Cleanflight is a Google Chrome app. So if you do not have the Google Chrome browser, you first need to get that, and then go to a search in Google for Cleanflight configurator. Cleanflight configurator, Chrome Web Store. So go there and download the Cleanflight configurator, and once you do, it will be under the apps tab, which is next to your URL window. Click that, and there it is, and here it is. Now our receiver has already been bound, so I'm going to turn on the Evo, wait for it to load. Now I'm going to plug in the board. We're waiting for our light. We're bound. So now come up here and click connect. There we see a representation of the quadcopter. My board is tilted forward, showing a pitch of 3.5 degrees. So I'm going to flatten that out. I'm not going to worry about being minus 1.8 or whatever it is. I'm going to click calibrate accelerometer. That's done. Now our ports are already set right. We're using a DSM satellite receiver that's been bound. So it's serial RX configuration. I have chosen motor stop and disarm motors regardless of throttle value. Those are kind of like safety features, so that's why I did that. Now fail safe. I have enabled fail safe stage 2 drop. If it loses connection with transmitter, I want it to fall. I don't want to continue flying. So select drop, or you might end up with a lost quadcopter. PID tuning, we're not going to do that. It has factory set PIDs that will be fine for beginners like me. Receiver. Now I have already reversed channels. Pitch and roll. Pitch. There's pitch, the purple one. Up. It's going forward. Down. Roll. When I move the stick to the right, it goes right. Left, it goes left. Before it was opposite. I reversed the channel. Yaw. Right. Left. Throttle. Switches. That's my flight mode switch. So I've got acro, horizon, and angle. And my arm switch. And this was my air mode switch. So the switches are all working, and we see those switches in modes, and you already have your switches set in your transmitter. So when you're on modes, whichever ones you pick, arm, angle, horizon, down here at the bottom is air mode. Whichever switch you've selected This bar graph here will have this tiny little cursor. This is the arm channel, so the green is the active, and if it's in the gray it's inactive. So I'll flip my arm switch and there it has come into the green. So if you flip your switch and it doesn't end up inside the green, then you move these white tabs till the green cursor here goes inside the green bar when you flip the switch. And angle mode is going to be the first click on my right now it's outside the green. Now I'm going to flip it one time, and there it is in the green. Now horizon, I'm going to flip it again and it'll be in this green. So that's working. Then down here, air mode, I'm going to flip it. It's right here. I'm going to flip the switch and it's going to be in that green. And any time that you change something, when you first set it up or you go back and change something, you have to click save in the receiver tab. One thing I left out is for the Q100 you need to select Spectrum 1024 and you need to select RX serial here, and once again save in the fail-safe, save and reboot in the configuration, save and reboot. If you make a change you have to save and reboot. Now one thing that I didn't go over, right here we've got 1163 in minimum throttle. Now I'll go to receiver. Where is receiver? There it is. My throttle's at minimum on the transmitter. The reading is 1159. Okay, if you set your minimum below 1159, your motors will not arm, because the minimum will be down here and your quadcopter will think it's already got some throttle and it needs you to turn the throttle down before it will arm. So because I have 1159 there, I have to have in the configuration, I have to have a minimum throttle above 1159, and I just stopped at 1163 for a little leeway, but you must be above the minimum throttle of the transmitter or your motors won't arm. So that pretty much covers everything we need to know for basic setup. So save and reboot everything that you do. Now you can also see on the transmitter, on the flight controller, that flipping the switch changes things. There. So air mode makes that green light flash. Acro, or not acro, but the horizon and angle make that red light stay on. Acro, the lights go off. So that's it for Cleanflight's setup for the Q100. And next we'll be soldering motors and getting the thing in the air.